There's a voice inside your head, you know the one I'm talking about. The whisper that shows up when the alarm rings at 4:30 a.m. The one that says, stay in bed. That voice, that's not your friend, that's your executioner. It's dressed in comfort, it speaks in excuses. It wears the mask of logic, but it carries the dagger of regret. You are not born to be soft, you are not born to be safe. You were born to become something so savage, so relentless, so locked into your purpose, that even when your bones ache, your soul still moves. And yet most people never get there, not because they weren't capable, but because they negotiated with that voice. They believed the lie. The truth is, the war is not out there. It's not the job, the bank account, the economy, the system. The war is within. It's you versus you every single day. And the bitch voice, it doesn't take days off. It waits, it watches. And the moment you blink, the moment you pause, the moment you get soft, it takes over. See, most people think motivation is what wins. But motivation is a spark. Mindset is the fire. And if you don't control your internal thermostat, you'll always live at room temperature. Mild safe, unchanged. You don't need more motivation. You need a new identity. You need to see yourself as the kind of person who does not negotiate with weakness. You need to bury the old version of you. The one that was addicted to comfort, the one that played small to keep others comfortable, the one that needed to feel ready before taking action. Well, kill that version. Let it die. Because if you don't, it'll kill your potential. Understand this. The bitch voice feeds off hesitation. It grows stronger every time you scroll instead of study. Every time you hit snooze instead of run. Every time you know what you should do and still don't do it. But you were not made to hesitate. You were made to execute. And that shift, that mental rewiring, starts with awareness. Catch the voice that says, just 5 more minutes. Catch the one that says, you've done enough today. Then challenge it. Then crush it. If you don't believe in yourself, the world won't either. And the real tragedy is not that people lack potential, it's that they lack belief in their potential. But belief is not some fluffy, feel-good emotion. Belief is a weapon. It's forged through reps, through discipline, through doing hard shasteristet. When nobody's watching, belief is earned in silence. It's carved in sweat. It's built brick by brick every time you show up when it's inconvenient. Let me ask you something. What do you really believe about yourself? Because your actions are your beliefs in motion. You can scream affirmations in the mirror all day. But if your habits are soft, you don't believe. If your effort is half-hearted, you don't believe. If your goals are just dreams with no deadlines, you don't believe. In clarity, that's your compass. Without it, you're just running in circles, busy but not effective, exhausted but not growing. Clarity means you know who you're becoming. You've burned the ships. There's no plan B. There's only forward. So get clear, get savage, get obsessed with the vision of your higher self. Because if you don't define who you are, the bitch voice will. This world is drowning in distraction. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Consume, consume, consume. Everyone wants to be entertained, but few want to evolve. You want to silence the bitch voice? You want to conquer the hesitation, the fear, the inner quitter? Then you better be moving toward a vision that sets your soul on fire, because purpose is the only antidote to chaos. Without it, your mind will become a playground for excuses. Vision gives you leverage. Purpose gives you armor. When life throws pain at you, purpose is what absorbs the blow and turns it into fuel. Do not chase goals for applause. Chase purpose because it's what you were built for. There's a version of you 10 years from now that's either proud as hell or disgusted. And every decision you make is either feeding the hero or feeding the coward. Your vision should terrify you. It should stretch you. It should wake you up in the middle of the night with ideas and make you train in the dark when no one's watching. Discipline is the sword that slays the inner bitch voice. You don't rise through life by feeling like it. You rise by doing it anyway. Discipline is not sexy. It's not a highlight reel. It's early mornings, cold showers, aching legs, and silent victories no one sees. Every day your mind will give you an exit plan. Every day that soft voice will whisper, take it easy today. But you're not here to be easy. You're here to be exceptional. And that means you show up when it's dark, when it's cold, when it's inconvenient, because that's where warriors are built, in the places no one wants to go. Discipline is deciding that your feelings are irrelevant. You don't feel your way into greatness. You discipline your way into it. You tell your body what to do. You command your mind. And when that voice tries to negotiate, you don't reason with it. You dominate it. Because if you keep listening to the bitch voice, you're not just skipping a workout or a task or a goal. You're practicing weakness. And weakness is a habit. Just like greatness is. You want to become elite? You want to walk into a room and carry the energy of someone who does not fold? Then stack your discipline. Brick by brick, hour by hour. Because that is how legacies are built. Not with hype, not with talent, but with execution. Stop thinking. Start moving. Most people are paralyzed by overthinking. They want the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect path. But life doesn't reward perfection. It rewards action. Every day you wait, you reinforce the lie that you need more time. You need more movement. Clarity comes from doing. Confidence comes from doing. Success comes from stacking relentless, unapologetic, uncomfortable action. You can read every book, watch every podcast, attend every seminar, but until your boots hit the dirt, you're not in the game. You're in the stands. Get in the arena. Mess up. Bleed. Learn. Let failure break you wide open, because that's where the real learning is, not in comfort, but in confrontation. Take the shot, send the message, post the video, launch the business, make the call, do the reps, move, because motion destroys fear and momentum. Momentum is God. It compounds, it elevates, it rewires your identity. Every time you take action, you're rewriting the story. You're telling the inner bitch voice. You don't get to drive anymore, but don't get it twisted. Life doesn't owe you a straight road. You will get punched in the mouth. Your plans will fail. People will leave. Markets will crash. Your body will hurt. And the bitch voice will say, see, you were never built for this. That's when you adapt. That's when you pivot, shift, evolve, and keep fucking moving. Because toughness isn't rigidity. Toughness is fluidity. It's the ability to bend without breaking, to suffer without surrendering. You want to be unbreakable? Learn to adjust without apology. Stop crying about fairness. Start trading for chaos. And while you're at it, cultivate gratitude, not the soft Instagram kind, the real raw kind, the kind that lets you suffer and say, I'm thankful for this pain. I'm thankful for this pressure. I'm thankful I get to struggle, because struggle is a fucking privilege. This is not a game. This is your life. And you've already wasted enough time listening to that little voice that told you to shrink. Now it's war. And in war, you don't ask how you feel. You move dot, you fight. You show up again and again and again until the war is over. You want transformation? Then you better be ready to burn. Burn your comfort zone, your excuses, and your soft identity. Set fire to every lie that said you weren't capable, weren't worthy, weren't built for more. When you become the one who doesn't flinch, doesn't fold, doesn't fast as kicking quit, the world moves. Doors open. People feel it. You walk into a room and the air changes. Not because you're loud, but because you become something rare. A human being who chose hard on purpose. A human being who went to war with themselves and won. And now you became unstoppable and undefeatable.